Kellogg sidelines tonight. Doris Burke. Take a look at the Wizards. They're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And a win tonight means a 3-1 season series edge for them. You always look for that mental edge over opposing teams and that extra motivation over the long haul of an NBA season.
Hey, you play a team 4 times in the regular season, you develop a certain rivalry. I mean, you know them, they know you. You remember all of the little indiscretions and chippy plays that went on. This should be a good one here.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Washington, the great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Markieff Morris is out there with Gortat, and it's Porter in the small forward. Now here's Wall. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. And that one's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Here's Portis. Wall grabs the board. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Wall again throws. 6 to shoot. 9 feet out. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
That drops. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Feeds it to Butler. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Got a piece of it. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there. Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. 2nd in rebounding. 4th in three-point field goal percentage. And this is also what I would call a pretty solid offensive rebounding team. I mean, they've got a top 10 ranking in the second chance points category.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Then for the Wizards, Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Thornton in for Porter. Chicago with the ball. Chicago leading. And Holiday, here we go. And that one's good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Wall. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Brooks misses. It's tipped.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Thornton kicks to Beal. Rebound by the Bulls. 58 seconds left from the first quarter of the game. Mirotić's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. The Wizards have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Bulls making a switch here. Moore's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Gooden's checked in.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Now here's Wall. He's got 7. Rebounded by Moore.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's McDermott. It's deflected. Here is Wall. The Wizards with another miss. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls out front. Up, and we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Butler teams have done Levy on the perimeter. Pau Gasol is out there with Portis. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here is the 2K leaderboard. In the season's second half, these teams have been really passing the ball well. In the 3rd position, the Wizards.
Kevin, since the All-Star break, it seems as though they've just gelled together. The chemistry is much better. The unselfishness and the willingness to make the pass is there.
Now here's Sessions. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Aaron Brooks is checked in for Rose. Sessions with it. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Thornton. And he misses his first shot of the game.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that. How's that? For a quick possession.
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Morris comes in for Drew Gooden. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Boy, 3 games left until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East will look. You look at Chicago. And, of course, the Wizards. They're tied right now. Wizards trail by 7. Gortat with a screen on Butler. Jacks up a 3. That doesn't go in either for Sessions. Dunleavy kicks to Butler. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And nice job again that time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
Here's Dunleavy, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Chicago timeout call.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Wizards beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Washington.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
And you know, Greg, in that blowout loss that you were alluding to, it was the turnovers that really did them in. You can't give...
Oh, goodness.
Woo. Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
Gasol against Morris. He kicks it to Sessions. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Dishes it to Brooks. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Washington sits right now in the rankings. 2nd in fast break points. 5th in assists. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And you mentioned their ability to score in transition. This is a team that loves to get out and run. And one of the things I like, they move the ball up court with the pass as much or more than anybody in the league.
The Wizards making a switch here. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Gooden comes in for Markieff Morris. Jared Dudley's checked in for Porter. And it's Thornton in for Bradley Beal. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound. Pass to Moore.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Here's Brooks. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And now a 9-point Bulls lead.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So for the Bulls, Justin Holiday comes in for E'Twaun Moore. And it's Rose in for Aaron Brooks.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And a whole new group here. Wizards trailed by 9. Outside, Wall. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach. for the Bulls.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Chicago on defense. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play. The Wizards have missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight, 3 of 7. And that one misses.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game. My goodness, I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took them a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not at all.
I don't think the fans have a problem with it one bit. This is some crowd-pleasing action we've got going right now.
Six to shoot. That is good. And now it's only a 5-point Bulls lead.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Six seconds left in the first half. Beal with the steal. Good if it goes. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Bulls lead by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
So on the floor for Washington, the talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Porter is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Gortat in at the pivot, manning the middle.
He's been having a tough game from the free throw line, but finally he gets it done.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
From 11 feet away, Wall with another miss.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Tipped away. Shot clock at 6. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Paul Gasol.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Wall against Butler. Morris a screen. Wall loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Wall's got 6 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Chicago calls timeout.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Brooks checked in for the Bulls. He dishes it to Dunley. There's the triple. And the Bulls with another miss.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Brooks. And again, no good by Chicago. Here's Thornton. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. Now here's Dudley. Defended by Dunleavy. For the lead. Dudley, no luck. Chicago leading. 3 on 3. Stolen by Nene. Thornton passes to Dudley. Gasol with the steal. Kicks it to Dunley. Tries from 16. Cannot hit. Now Washington takes it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
The past few weeks, let's see how Washington stacks up. 2nd in assists, 6th in scoring, and they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And let's go back to their assists for a second. When you're sharing the ball like they have, I think it really builds chemistry and trust. This is a group that really plays for each other.
The drive by Brooks. And the shot is good. Brooks has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Thornton.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidating.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
First team foul.
There's 53 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul.
Well, a collapse this quarter and turnovers.
And some of them are unforced. That's already 6 points off of the miscues, and that has turned the tide.
Here's Wall. Mirajic grabs the miss. Mirajic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. To the inside. And it's blocked.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
Rose, he's checked in for more. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Wall. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Numbers for him at the line not good. Not even 50% with only 5 makes.
That's a good sign, Kevin. You like to see him getting to the line like that, but making them has been the challenge.
Bulls trail by 3.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Excellent D there from Holiday.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Outside, Wall. And that's not going to go. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Wizards as they end the 3rd quarter on a 14-6 run. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. We've got Mirotic. He's out there with McDermott, and it's Rose in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Thornton. Now the pass to Nene.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He's been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. And Nene with the stuff.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Dunleavy's checked in for the Bulls. Butler comes in for Justin Holiday. Nene, the screen. Here's Sessions. And that's a foul called on Ramon Sessions. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin. No doubt about it with their turnovers in the second half.
And it's Rose penetrating. Makes it off the glass.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Sessions dishes to Nene. Rose with the double team. Wide open. Chicago grabs the miss.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Sessions again throws. And Sessions kicks to Nene. Shot is no good.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They've just got to tighten up on the execution.
Inside to take the lead. Dunleavy's shot is off.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Portis, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Sessions kicks to Nene. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
The dish to Dunleavy. Takes the three. Drew Gooden grabs the miss.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Brooks checked in for the Bulls.
Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Jared Dudley.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Here's Wall. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got his third rebound tonight.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard. And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like you can.
Oh! How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing. Wall attacking. Moore with the block. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
That's his first personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And Wall kicks to Beal. The three. And again, Washington with the triple.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
Here's Moore. Dunleavy. And again, no good by Chicago. So it's the Wizards now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
They grab their own miss. Here's Moore. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's a screen by Gortat. It's Wall with the drive. That's good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
Chicago foul called. Aaron Brooks. That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul.
And that one falls for Wall.
John Wall. 2 shots.
And so John Wall nails both of them.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And so they foul intentionally.
3rd team foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Bulls foul. Number 6. That's his 3rd personal foul. Team is in the penalty. At the line for the Bulls.
And the first one drops.
John Wall. Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And he makes the first.
Aaron Brooks. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Brooks.
Timeout is charged.
Timeout. Start it.
Washington calls timeout. They're in front by 10. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Substitution on the court.
Stolen by Holiday. And the miss. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
Polite retribution. Button. Options. Home screen. Text to speech unavailable here.
My fault, y'all. I went off and dipped to the city. I'm in St. Louis, bro. I done went to the city and everything got good. I'm back now.